Hello, my name is Shunkawakan Iyankahan Duzahan. My English name is Stephen Bunn. I'm 17 years old. I come from the Dakota Reserve of Chakaga-Otina, Bertel Sioux, Manitoba. What I'm talking to you about today is an issue about lighting up sage before you go to school. And why I'm talking about it is because it has become an issue to not only me, but other Aboriginal students across Canada and United States. So you guys are not alone. And I'm hoping this video would reach all the families that are struggling with this, and all the students who feel discouraged and feel like it's not right to smudge anymore, or it doesn't feel right to get involved in these things anymore. This video is coming out for you guys, and I'm here to show you guys a little bit of encouragement to pick yourselves up and carry on with these ways, because these ways are sacred, and with these teachings, these sacred teachings, comes good stuff, and it will help you a lot in your life. First, what I want to talk about is how the teachers made me feel when I first lit sage. I'll tell you how it went. One morning, I woke up, took a shower, got ready, and had breakfast, and I was getting ready to leave, and my mom wanted me and my sister to smudge. So we smudged and we went to school, and my first class, I went to the gym, and it was free time, and the teachers looked suspicious. And so I'm talking about three full-grown adult teachers told me to bring my bag and go in the office. So I went, and they took me in the gym office, and they sat me down. One of them was standing at the door, and two of them were sitting in front of me, so I couldn't go. They're trying to search my bag, and I told them no. I said I have nothing in there. And they told me, and they asked me if I was smoking weed or if I had any on me. I said no, I don't have weed, I don't smoke it. And I said this is sage, I smudged myself this morning before I came to school. But the teachers didn't believe me, so then they said they're going to have to take me down to the office. So then they started walking, and what made me feel embarrassed and discouraged the most is how I'm getting walked down to the office, smelling like sage. All these Aboriginal students are just yelling, saying, that's sage, that's not weed, it's sage. But they don't listen, they still walk me down there, and I even explain it's not sage. So I'm sitting in the office for half an hour, and as that time's going by, teachers are going by looking at me, giving me faces like I stink of weed and like I'm some kind of drug dealer or something, when really I'm not. So when the half an hour came by, I went in there, and they were talking to me, and one principal was talking to me, and he asked me if I was high, and I said no, I'm not high, and he asked me why I smell like that, and I told him it's sage. I said it's something we do to cleanse our body when we need healing or anything like that. I told him it's what we do, and I shouldn't be ashamed of doing it. But then he made me feel kind of ashamed, but then again he said that he'll let me go with a warning this time. And then the second time, I was at home helping my mom and my dad do some stuff, and then before I went back to school, I smudged myself, and I walked to school, and I thought the smell would go away. So then after that, when I got to the school, they opened up the side doors for me, so I was walking down the hallway to go to the cafeteria to go get something to eat, and a teacher walked past me with no hesitation. She said, whoa, 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 stop right there, don't move. And I said, what did I do? And she said, I need some administration down here right now. These guys have been smoking pot. And I said, no, I haven't been smoking pot. And I told her, please, ma'am, just let me explain. No, this is not weed. Let me explain. It's just sage. It's just sage. But she kept on yelling around, and another teacher came by. And this teacher, she's actually kind of nice. She was actually debating. She's smelling me. She said, I don't know if it's weed or if it's sage. But she went more with the weed side, and they both took me down to the office. But actually I walked to the office because I was mad, and I already knew what was going to happen. So I said, oh my God, I'll just go. And they walked with me, and when I got to the office, the principal already knew what it was. So he kind of smiled, and he took me in the office, He thought it was a joke. Basically, how he made me feel is like it was a joke. What we do for ourselves was a joke. He's smiling at me and he's saying, "I'm sorry, bud, but I have to ask you." And I said, "No, man, you don't have to do it." He said, "It's part of the policy, it's part of school policy, I have to ask you." And he said, "But are you high on drugs?" And I told him, "No, it's sage." He's like, "Yeah, I know it was sage." So I was thinking in my head, why would you ask me if you knew it was sage then? And then after that, he gave me permission to go home for the rest of the day. So I went home because of how I felt that time. And then after that, when I was walking out, I met up with this female Aboriginal teacher. I'm not mentioning any names to just have a little bit of respect for these teachers. And she said that she could notice the difference between sage and weed. Sage was more of a smoky, good smell, and sage was more like a skunk smell. But then she told me to go home for the rest of the day if I have to. So what I did, I just changed my gym shirt and I just went on to my next class. A month later, I get called down to the office. I walk down to the office and I go sit in the room, and two principals walk in, the head principal and the vice principal. And the head principal introduces himself and he says how he's totally with me, smudging and everything. And he said, "But I can't do it during the day." He said, "I'm not allowed to smudge before I come to school because it gives off a bad smell and people will be looking at me funny and saying how kids are allergic to it and how he doesn't want that stinking up to school." So I felt kind of hurt there just to hear that they're not allowing me to do my cleansing, to smudge myself for the morning. And he's telling me, saying if I'm gonna smudge, try do it at night. And what got me mad is that same female teacher told me the same thing. She said, "Well, why don't you smudge yourself that night and then wake up the next morning and put your clothes on and go to school?" I said, "I don't do that at night." I said, "I always do it to start my day off." And it's been a while since I smudged myself because of how they made me feel. And then one day my mom calls me upstairs. So I stop what I'm doing and I go up and I go see her. And then she said, "I just finished talking to so and so, and he said that he's basically telling you to stop smudging yourself because it's against school policy and he doesn't want that." So basically, one of my own people, a Dakota Oyate person of my own tribe, is forbidding me to smudge myself before I go to school. And that just put me in shock to see what he was doing to his own people. And the matter of fact that I'm a youth, I'm trying to learn this way, and he's basically telling me, "No, I can't do it. Stop with it." And then when my mom refused, because my mom said no, I would not tell my son to stop. My mom encouraged me to keep going. She said, "Stephen, if you gotta smudge, you smudge yourself." And then that teacher, or that man that works with the school, he got mad and he said, "Okay, well, you don't need my help then. It looks like you have everything under control." So then he left, and I've never had problems with him ever since then. And another issue is all these SDL classes. And SDL classes in Manitoba are student development learning programs. And what they do is they put you in a classroom where you can work at your own pace. And from the pamphlets we've seen, they're there to help you, they're there to guide you, they'll help you with anything you need, and it's supposed to be fun or something. But what I noticed my first semester in school is how I went in that class, it was full of Indians or Aboriginal students. And I was looking and I said, "What is this?" I said, "How come?" And the funny thing is, I was promised to be in a normal classroom, and I got put in an SDL class instead. So I was looking, and the first 2 weeks was okay, but then students started skipping, and they didn't bother coming to school anymore. So then I was asking myself, I said, why is this happening? How come they're not coming to school anymore? Then I realized, I look and I see the teacher just sitting there, not doing nothing, doing his prep work, and maybe the odd time he'll come help the students. And other than that, we'd be on our own. Give us a booklet and we're good for the day. There's only 2 teachers that actually help in that school, and those teachers I would actually give props to, but the rest of them, no. And see, these are the reasons why Aboriginal kids don't want to go to school. These are one of the reasons why they skip classes and why they don't obey the teachers, is because the teachers are too, they act like they're too scared to teach these kids things they need to learn for their future, because they say we need all these things for when we're older. These kids sit here in class wasting their time, having their time wasted, just sitting there. The teachers don't even try help. They don't try nothing. They just sit there and give us booklets thinking we can do it. And I got tired of it too. And for my SDL math class, my teacher basically told me straight up I was stupid, but he put it in a polite way. And ever since then, he made me feel so embarrassed. He made me feel like I wasn't even wanted in that class, nor wanted in that school. And I realized what all these other students felt and why they were skipping class. And I will be honest, because he did that, I skipped that math class because of how I felt, and because the way he made me feel, it wasn't a good thing. So then I got everything. I tried to I thought I had everything figured out for myself, but the things they do to these Aboriginal students is ridiculous. And what they do to me, and what I've seen from my own experiences with these kids, it's they don't even care that we're there. It's oh, you're just another Aboriginal kid here, big whoop. And that just gets me mad. So the reason why I made this video is to help kids get encouraged to get back into school. We all still have hope for smudging, doing ceremonies, trying to live a spiritual life, get on a spiritual path, get that education, get everything we need for life. Try to prepare ourselves for life. But I'm sitting here encouraging you, young Aboriginal youth out there. I know I'm not the only one. I know all of you guys have problems too, and I'm here to tell you guys are not alone with what's going on in your school. If you guys feel like you guys are alone, I'm right here, right in this right now, and I'm here to stand beside you and help you guys get and do what you need done. I will be there. I will pray hard for you guys every day. I'll do anything. I'll pray and ask that you guys have a better school year, and I pray and ask the Creator that you guys can smudge yourselves without having to feel discouraged or anything. This is a message that I just want to share with everyone. I think Aboriginal, my main goal for this message is, 1, Aboriginal kids get treated fairly. We all have the same options as other students, and we all can have our own opinion on different things. For smudging, they don't want us smudging, but yet they let all these other immigrants, all these other tribes, or all these other clans, they let them wear all their traditional headgears, their dresses, and they let them speak their own language. But when it comes to us, it's a no. And here I am. And today, as a youth, a 17-year-old, with my brother and my friend Titus, we're all here to put a stop to this. We're trying our best for you guys. We're trying our best to give you, and not only you guys, but our upcoming and our current generations, a better future and better hope for life, and better things for our culture. We all grew up traditional, and we don't want it to die. So we're here we're here encouraging you guys to promote. We're promoting you guys. Keep smudging. Keep smudging yourselves. Do what you gotta do. If the teachers get mad at you, well, do it again. Keep smudging. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what God made you. There's a reason why you're an Aboriginal. And be proud. Don't be discouraged. It's time to stand up. It's time to get back into these ways again. Thank you for your time.